gather again to consider the scriptures for this coming Sunday, the second Sunday after Easter. We gather in the upper room with those fearful disciples, and we hear the story of Thomas. And it is delightful to hear that he tells his companions what he needs to believe. And that's what the Gospel of John is all about. What is it that you need to believe? Because John's writing his gospel so that we can come to that belief. And Thomas tells us what he needs. He needs to touch the wounds, to know the disappointment, the betrayal, and to know that Jesus has overcome that. Mary needed to hear her voice. She needed Jesus to call her by name. And Peter, he needed Jesus to tell him that peace was his gift, and he'd be given peace after such turmoil that he had experienced. And Paul, he needed to get knocked off his high horse. What is it that you need to believe? Can you give voice to it? And will it come to you when you are gathered in community? Because that's what Thomas did, and that's what we're invited to do. When Jesus is resurrected and comes back to tell us that life is available after death, he doesn't drag the disciples back to the cross. He doesn't meet them again in the garden. He goes back to where they celebrated and had much joy around a table, celebrating Passover, a season to remember that they were bonded people and forgiven and released to freedom. And so we gather at a table again, and we come to understand who this resurrected Jesus is. And we come to, I hope, develop a deeper faith and come to understand and believe that Jesus is the Messiah, the God in our midst. Won't you join with us this Sunday as we delve into deepening our faith with Jesus and with one another, gathering at table? See you in church.